I'm standing here looking back in time actually. When I was a child, we used to come here. We had a bit of fire here in the autumns, and we used to take a bath here. It was some floating device out there, made of wood. We used to swim to and jump from. There was a diving board here. We had made some makeshift benches. Yeah, it was a really good time being here. We used to play a lot in these very amongst these very trees. I remember especially we used to play Lord of the Rings. It was really big back then when the movies first came out, the Peter Jackson adaptation. And we used to pretend to be the characters and running around here with sticks, as kids do. Or maybe they don't anymore, but we did. I decided to start the hike here because it has a lot of memories for me. These woods and especially this little pond here. The name of it doesn't mean much, well, other than it's called up after the owners of these woods, or the caretakers, or whatever you want to call it. They own the land, but they do not own the trees and all that stuff. You can't do whatever you want, of course, but you are also free to roam as you like. And you can stay in one place for a couple of days without any problem. Anyways, yeah, I still have a cold, but that's another story. I want to go further on these paths. I want to go further, past a couple of lakes and up to a top. And as always, I truly hope you want to join me on this adventure. The pathways that I'm now hiking on, these beautiful landscapes, are in between a couple of neighborhoods, and that means that they are very much used. They are used pretty much every day, I'd say. Maybe not so much in the winter, but in the summer and in the autumn, spring, they are very much used, and therefore there is very nice and kept hiking trails here, and you can spend the whole day out there, which is perfect. judging by the temperature and the colors around me, I'd say it's autumn. We're getting closer and closer to October, and then we're halfway to winter and all the horrible snow that comes with it, or the ice. Although snow is pretty, it's a lot of work, but I won't dwell on that now, because now the landscapes that used to be green are now totally different. The rocks are the same, the trees are the same, but they do not look the same. They've changed colors, and many of the birds have left or are soon leaving to warmer lands further south. My great-grandfather, he apparently used to say that when you're having a cold, you need to go out and walk to gain some pulse and sweat. And you might laugh at that, but it has some of the same functions as fever. And fevers are basically the body's own method of killing off unwanted attention from bacteria. Because bacteria, they do not like heat, and sometimes the body needs to heat it dangerously high, because we don't like heat either. But that's basically what fever is, to my knowledge at least. It's body trying to fight off unwanted bacteria. And when out hiking, for example, or walking and gaining some pulse, sweating a bit, you're doing you're having a bit of a fever. And there is some truth to what my great grandfather said, that it's good to out get some pulse and sweat a bit. Although it is exhausting. So I decided to have a break here by this lake rather than on the top. And there is still quite distance to the top, as I've been hiking around the mountain before I go up there. But this is a beautiful place, and I've been here countless times before, and it's a perfect spot for a little break, a coffee break. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a coffee break. It's soon getting so cold that I need my little tri-foot chair. But for now, it's enough with this padding that I'm sitting on. Coffee, I need it strong today. older I get, the more I appreciate the change in seasons, the beauty of each season. I might be repeating myself to an extent that is almost bothersome, but the thing that I do, this ritual that I'm doing right now, is I think most people actually need it in one way or another, to reset the mind somewhat and getting ready for for another week or another month or whatever, how long time you need. And nature might not be the thing for you. Maybe you need to do something else, but it's proven time and time again that fresh air and nature gives you or releases endorphins in your brain, which is helping you gaining a feeling of happiness or yeah. This is definitely not my specialty, but that's what I've gained from it. It's nature, fresh air, and using your body is helping you to be happier. It might not feel like that right away, or maybe even after a couple of times, but eventually you will feel the difference. I'm quite sure of it. Better get going if I'm going to reach the top before I'm too exhausted. There is somewhat overcast, and it is a bit windy, so I'm getting a bit cold if I stop for too long. I keep on forgetting to charge the microphone. Apparently it needs charging. It died. It started blinking red, so no external microphone from here on out on this hike. Isn't it strange? When they reach the top, there is so much wind. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure. And I hope I'll be able to do a longer, maybe a more challenging hike next week. See you then.